Hello, my name is Mahdis Rostampur. This is a video record for full stack application and management on Kubernetes. In this project, I will containerize the Nginx, Node.js, and MongoDB, and after that, I will deploy them on Kubernetes cluster, which is on my local machine. First step is to create the Kubernetes cluster. As you can see, I use Minikube and I create the full stack app namespaces. After that, I create the Docker file for my backend and for my front end. And for MongoDB, we will use the official image on Docker Hub. In next section, I create everything that is related to Kubernetes, my persistent volume, and the persistent volume claim for MongoDB to use the volume and persist the data. After that, I create the config map, which I include the Mongo URI and Node environment. And for the secret, for Mongo root username and password, I created the secret.yaml file. After that, for the application, for the Nginx as a front end, I create the deployment and the service. For the Node.js deployment and the names and the service as well. For MongoDB, same as Nginx and Node.js. As you can see, for the MongoDB, I created, I am using the persistent volume clay that I have created. And for the username password, you can see that I'm referring to Mongo secret. After that, I deploy all of these things and I faced the error. Now I want to talk about the error that I faced during deployment of the Node.js pod. After getting the logs, I get this error, and after searching, I understand that I'm using Node version 12, which is old, and I have to upgrade it in my Docker file. So I upgrade to 18 and build the image again and change the deployment version. After that, I was able to run my Node.js pod properly. And for the result, you can see that after getting the Minikube IP and Nginx port, you can see that my application is working fine. So in next part, I want to talk about the scaling, monitoring, and logging. For scaling, as you can see, the deployment of Node.js and Nginx, the replicas has been set to 2. I want to verify it with getting pods and also the deployment. Now I want to scale using kubectl scale command, and I want to set the replicas to 3. Now we have 3 Node.js backend. We can do the same for the Nginx deployment too. Or we can change it to any replica set that we want, for example, 5. As you can see, the containers are being created and also running. Now I want to talk about monitoring. As you previously saw, when I face problem with deploying the container of Node.js, I use a kubectl logs command to understand what's happening inside the container. So basically, I'm using same. Now I don't face any error. And also I can see that it is connected to MongoDB, the port that is been running on, and also found 3 pods. We can do the same for our front-end Nginx, the pods, and all of the logs, all of the requests that I've sent to my application. And also there is another command describe that we can understand more detail about the container, like the namespace, the configuration, and all the events. And the last events was that I scaled up replica set to 3 from 2. And also the image that I use. I want to talk about updating container without any downtime. For this purpose, I edited the index.html file of Nginx and added the version 2 and build the image. And the new image has a tag of 1.1. We have two ways to update our container. One is to edit in the deployment.yaml, but for now I want to use the CLI command, which is kubectl set image of the deployment and the container name and the new image that I want to deploy. So let me run. And you can see we have no downtime. And after a while, a version 2 has been deployed without any downtime. This was the end of the video. Thank you for your attention.